For more than 2 years, 100 Thieves was one of the most dominant esports organizations participating in Fortnite, with multiple FNCS and LAN championships. Yet today, they are barely fielding a roster. Let's dive into their story to understand how they became so successful, only to seemingly give up on the game. 100 Thieves is one of the most famous and well-funded esports organizations in the world, dominating across multiple esports including Valorant, League of Legends, and Call of Duty, but they seem to have stopped participating in one of the games most responsible for their rise. So what happened with 100 Thieves in Fortnite? 100 Thieves was founded in November 2017 by the former Optic Gaming Call of Duty captain, X Games gold medalist, and 2014 Esports Athlete of the Year Matthew Nadeshot Hag. In October of 2018, Drake and Scooter Braun became co-owners of 100 Thieves, and it went on to become one of the most valuable esports organizations worth over $460 million. But it was Fortnite, which had come out 2 months earlier, that was responsible for much of the organization's initial popularity and controversy. 100 Thieves creators were immediately taken by the game. The Battle Royale genre, the unique building mechanic, and the funny moments were all reasons. And even their top streamer Nick Merckx saw a lot of competitive success. But with games rapidly growing popularity, a competitive scene started developing, and 100 Thieves and their leadership jumped right in. In 2018, they created their first competitive roster by picking up Parallax, Kenneth, Risker, and Sir Demetrius. Their new roster started off slowly with mediocre placements in the summer and fall skirmish. However, their early competitive success was headlined by the one and the only Nick Merckx. He had multiple top 10 performances at the summer skirmish, including a second 1 week and a third the next. The summer skirmish culminated with the PAX West solo tournament, where Nick Merckx and Ghost Aiden had some of the most iconic off-spawn fights in competitive history at Tilted Towers. And then teaming with Aiden just a few months later at the fall skirmish. They made a couple other pickups like Blind off of C9 in 2018, but everything was about to change for 100 Thieves in 2019. 2019 was a wild year for Fortnite and 100 Thieves. Fortnite competitive really started to take off with major tournaments announced. In February, Epic Games announced the Fortnite World Cup with a massive $30 million prize pool. And looking forward to that, 100 Thieves started making moves that would serve them well in Kazooie, Elevate, and Cease. But it was not competitive pickups that would define the first half of 2019. It was their split with superstar streamer Nick Merckx. Nick Merckx left 100 Thieves citing broken promises from the founder Nadeshot. But just a few weeks later, 100 Thieves would make one of their defining moves by signing Courage JD, who would soon become the voice of competitive Fortnite. With the World Cup just a few months away, 100 Thieves had a few more big moves, picking up Class. Class qualified for the Solo World Cup and was promptly added to the roster. Elevate and Cease became the 100 Thieves duo, and they qualified for the World Cup Duos tournament 3 times. Finally, they picked up one more duo, Falconer and Arkram, who would go on to be one of the all-time greats, and he qualified for both solos and duos. And just like that, with Class, Cease, Elevate, Falconer, Arkram, and Courage casting, 100 Thieves was set to dominate the World Cup. 100 Thieves did not disappoint, especially in duos. Arkram and Falconer finished in 5th, taking home $900,000, and Cease and Elevate finished 3rd, taking home $1.8 million. In solos, it was not quite as smooth, with Class coming 28th and Arkram coming 53rd, but Courage was there to cast what was perhaps the most iconic moment in Fortnite competitive history. With the World Cup successful and in the books, both Fortnite and 100 Thieves looked to finish out 2019 strong. Right after the World Cup, Season X kicked off, and while it had some detractors to say the least, it also brought the first trio FNCS. While Season X FNCS is best known for the trio of Mongrel, Mitro, and Benji in the EU region, 100 Thieves managed strong results. Arkram, Falconer, and their trio Vinny came 9th on the North America West, with Cease and Elevate coming in 2nd. After FNCS 2019 ended with a Fortnite Blackout event and a new map and an all-new chapter, 2020 would see some big news, high heights, the beginning of a dynasty, and sadly the seeds of decline. 2020 and the new chapter saw a lot of the OG players leave the game.
You really want to know what it is? It's not even that players are like getting better, even though they pretty much are. The main reason is that like every player on mouse and keyboard is just quitting. That's the problem. Legit, like no one plays mouse and keyboard on Fortnite anymore unless they're like a streamer or a sweat, dude. Like all my IRL friends that play like PC mouse and keyboard, I'm like, yo, do you still play Fortnite? And nope. Nope. Don't play it. Nope. I see my friends on controller. I'm like, yo, you still play Fortnite? Yeah, I still play.
But the competitive community started to establish itself, and 100 Thieves capitalized, picking up Rex on the NA West region. But their biggest move of 2020 took place in February, when they picked up double World Cup qualifier and Norwegian superstar Mr. Savage, who flew to California to attend the DreamHack Solo Invitational. The tournament came down to the last game, with Mr. Savage going up against his duo and close friend Benji Fishy, marking an incredible start to his time with 100 Thieves, but 2020 would be defined by the birth of an NA West FNCS icon. Chapter 2 Season 2 would have two major tournaments, a duo FNCS and a solo FNCS invitational, and it presented a great opportunity for Arkham to take over the NA West region. Arkham and Andrew came third in duo FNCS, but it was a solo invitational where he would really shine. Arkham would put his mark on the region by winning the tournament. With the emergence of COVID-19, all tournaments migrated online, and while Chapter 2 Season 3 was forgettable for Cease and Mr. Savage, Arkham capped off solo FNCS with a second place. Into Chapter 2 Season 4 and the fondly remembered Stark season, which was definitely memorable for 100 Thieves. Mr. Savage and his trio got caught in spawn beef with World Cup duo champion Aqua, which got so acrimonious Aqua ended up with a suspension. But overall, it was an FNCS to forget. Meanwhile, on NA West, Arkham was starting up a Dynasty, teaming up with Rex, also from 100 Thieves, and Epic Well after winning their first trio FNCS. And we could save you some time here. In 2021, they would go on to win Season 5, Season 6, Season 7, with their streak coming to an end in Season 8. Breaking up with Rex and teaming up with Reet for Grand Royale only to come second to Rex's new trio. And Mr. Savage had a good but not great year by his standards, coming in 10th in Season 5 with Tayson and Eyedrop. Playing exceptional in Season 6 with a second place, but spawn fights with Murstach and Malibuka hurt his results in remaining FNCSs. After a good year that saw them have a legitimate superstar in Mr. Savage and two of the three players who dominated FNCS in Rex and Arkham, it was difficult to predict how quickly their Fortnite fortunes would decline. Before 2021 ended, Fortnite released a new chapter and it made headway on bringing creators back to the game, including Courage. But what about competitive?
But they decided to make the MK7 have really good damage, nearly that of the old AR, have an even faster fire rate, and of course, have absolutely no bloom with a red dot sight. If Epic wants to seriously have a gun like that in the game and make it fair, they need to reevaluate its pros and cons and adjust accordingly.
Competitive players did not love a gun meta they felt was too oriented towards spray weapons. Mr. Savage had a disappointing first FNCS, coming in 36th. Just a few weeks later, he announced his contract is up and he will leave 100 Thieves, making him perhaps the most valuable free agent on the market at the time of filming.
I haven't been able to go to LA and like shoot content there and everything. It's been kind of annoying. Last 2 years with COVID, I haven't been able to go there and do stuff with them, and we didn't agree on the terms in the contract, so.
Rex had a successful run with his duo Reet, winning a number of cash cups, and Arkham and his duo Epic Well came second and third in FNCS to start the year. While for most that would be a dream, for them it was a disappointment on the incredible standard they had set from Season 4 to Season 7 and again in Grand Royale. Soon after they split, and Epic Well went to play with star controller player Reet. So in summer of 2022, here is why they stand with only 2 players on their roster, both of whom appear to have retired or at least planning to step back. After a wild ride in Fortnite, it seems like 100 Thieves is slowly drifting away from one of the games so integral to their success. With high highs and some lows, if this is the whole 100 Thieves Fortnite story, then it has been a great one. F. Scott Fitzgerald said there are no second acts in American lives, but we won't count them out just yet. What do you guys think? Comment below on if 100 Thieves will ever reach the heights they did previously with Fortnite. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe with notifications. Peace.